Welcome everyone. Today, I would like to discuss the topic, the representation of gender roles in Vietnamese TV commercials of household products. Initially, I would like to show you guys four main parts that I will cover in the video here. The first one is changes in gender roles in TV advertisements. The second one would be video analysis before 2012. The next one is video analysis after 2012. The last one lies in motivation for changes. And let's start with changes in gender roles. I'm sure that all of you guys here have ever seen a lot of advertisements about household products, both in Vietnamese TV and in other countries in the world, right? And I have to say that there are a wide range of household products frequently appear on TV commercial in Vietnam, namely floor cleaner, soap or noodles, and so on. So, if you pay attention to the TV advertisements, it's clear that the main actors would be men and women. From the ads, viewers can see their jobs, action, and feeling as well. So, what they do and how they do illustrate clearly their roles in the society. In other words, gender roles are represented from TV advertisement with some certain changes. I will just concentrate on Vietnamese TV commercials before and after 2012 to show the positive changes of gender roles in the society. To see more, let's have a look at these videos that we found. Let's start with the video 1.
Sử dụng thực phẩm chiên trong dầu có trans fat rất có hại cho sức khỏe. Trans fat, loại chất béo có hại, gây chứng đột quỵ, đau tim và bệnh mạch vành. Mì tiến vua sử dụng dầu chiên cao cấp. Hoàn toàn không có trans fat, an toàn cho người sử dụng.
Để nhà mình luôn khỏe mãi vì mẹ yêu cả nhà.
Tiến vua mì vì sức khỏe.
Okay, so the video is about Dien Vuo's instant noodles, which was published in 2011, and it's a product without trans fat, which is beneficial for human well-being. And also in the video here, there are two places contained. The first one is lab, and the second one is at home. In terms of visual analysis, you can see that the picture here illustrates the man appears in formal clothes with shirt and uniform. He's a worker, he's a researcher in the workplace. And the man is a person raising his voice to explain about scientific issues. And in the picture, we can see the woman in the lab, but her image is somewhat fake. And we can see that the division was dominant roles of the man in the workplace. And the man here is ascribed as the educated person. He's also responsible for earning money and has a higher position than women. In the second scene, at home, the wife in the casual dress is preparing the meal for her family. And she's a housewife who is responsible for caring for the family. In terms of linguistics analysis, let's look at two sentences here. Sử dụng thực phẩm chiên không dầu có trans fat rất có hại cho sức khỏe. Trans fat, loại chất béo có hại, gây chứng đột quỵ, đau tim và bệnh mạch vành. And those are affirmative sentences with a wide range of technical items and information based on scientific research, like thực phẩm chiên không dầu, trans fat, chất béo có hại, đột quỵ, đau tim, bệnh mạch vành. Next one, để nhà mình luôn khỏe mạnh. This is a saying of the children talking to their mother to express their satisfaction with the using of instant noodles. And the next one, vì mẹ yêu cả nhà. The woman talks to her children right after their saying, and this shows her love for the whole family. And obviously, the advertisement uses special sentences, omitted the result clauses, And the purpose of that is to draw attention of viewers. And that's all about video 1, and let's move on to video 2.
Now, let's have a look on the screen and watch the advertisement number 2.
Ai đừng một dạ hai lòng, đừng chê cơm ngắn, đừng tham phở dài.
Phở dài là của người ta, cơm ngon canh ngọt mới là vợ anh.
Maggi ba ngọt, nêm canh tuyệt vời. Nấu ăn ngon cũng như chăm sóc gia đình luôn cần những gì ngọt ngào nhất. Maggi ba ngọt, ngọt như tình yêu thương. Maggi.
As you can see, the advertisement is divided into 2 different scenes. The first section occurs in the restaurant when the husband is sitting at the table and discussing some business problem. The second scene takes place in the kitchen, in which the wife was cooking when the husband came home. First of all, we point out the dissimilar images of men and women in the advertisement. In the first section of the video, the man wears formal clothes with white shirt and a tie. He appears in a streetwise and confident way. Having dinner with friends also shows that he is a person who's mainly responsible for going out to work. The woman also appears in this division. She is very beautiful with wavy hair and charming gadgets. However, we notice that there is only one girl among 4 men. While men are talking to each other, the woman only smiles and strokes her hair. It's proof that the men often dominate women in working. While the husband puts on formal dress, the wife wears a t-shirt with bun hair. The wife manifests herself as plain woman cooking in the kitchen. The kitchen is often associated with women as stereotype. That means the wife is a housewife who always takes care of her children and family. Secondly, we will take account of linguistic features of the video. The sentence, ai đừng một dạ hai lòng, appears at the beginning of the advertisement as a reminder of the wife. Dạ and lòng are both metaphors refers to the faithfulness of people. Cơm and phở in imperative, đừng chê cơm ngắn, đừng than phở dài, are also metaphors which imply a wife and mistress. Although the sentence seems to be advice for the man not to be greedy, it actually indicates the power of the man in choosing their relationship. In a few seconds at the end of video, the sentence ngọt như tình yêu thương contains both simile and sensory metaphor. Ngọt, tình yêu thương, the metaphor here wants to express the idea that women need to take care of and cultivate family happiness, like the sweet flavor of Maggi. After analyzing the video, we can see that men are ascribed as breadwinners, often dominate women in working. Most women are housewives and take care of family. The minority of them go out to work. Before 2012, people hardly talked about men and housework. The advertisement represented how people acknowledge about the roles of women in the family. From analyzing the video in terms of visual and linguistics, we can partly interpret that producers also support the thought men build a house and women make it home. It's the most common standpoint at that time. Therefore, people think that men play important roles as breadwinners who are in charge of making money. Meanwhile, most women have to take responsibility for household chores and family care. They also support a few women who work outside to earn money. The represented gender roles in this video provoke controversy. As you can see in the slide, some people say that quảng cáo rất hay và ý nghĩa. Obviously, this audience have the same point of view with the producer of the video that women should be housewives and men are the breadwinners. However, there are some criticized comments on the video as you guys can see. Look at the second one. The commentator expresses her opinion that it's unfair for women. She thinks that it's not good advertisement, as the women have more value rather than staying at home and do the cooking. Look at the third one. She implies that the video conveys the negative message to viewer. The family will fill with the happiness only when the women cook the meal well. That's also about the roles of women and men before 2012.
So now let's move on the video analysis after 2012. After a long time having realized the changes in society, Maggie producer make an advertisement to bring a wider view about gender role. The scenes take place in a kitchen of a three-generation families, while the father and the son are preparing a surprise for the mother by cooking a perfect meal to welcome the new year. So now let's take a look at this video.
Bố đang làm gì vậy?
Bố đang định làm một thứ bất ngờ cho mẹ con.
Để con giúp ba cùng mang món quà, mang hương vị ngon tự nhiên về cho mẹ nhé.
Mẹ chưa biết đâu hình dung trong đầu sẽ mang về cho mẹ con bất ngờ đầu năm.
Vừa mới sáng ra rộn vang khắp nhà, tiếng ồn nào trong gian bếp. Hai người đang làm cái gì đó hả? Còn chẳng biết đâu tại ba đó nha, trên bài bày ra rồi kêu con phụ ba.
Tặng cho em chỉ mong em được vui, hộp Maggie Tết ngon tự nhiên đủ đầy.
Mẹ yêu ơi, cùng với ba và con nấu thật nhiều món Tết ngon. Cả nhà cùng nấu Maggie cùng ta đón Tết. Cả nhà cùng nấu thơm ngon tự nhiên yêu mến.
Thật nhiều món gọi mời, nhà Maggie tuyệt vời, nhà mình Tết này vui thật vui quá đi thôi.
Cùng nấu thơm ngon tự nhiên nữa nhé. Đồ ăn ngon lắm khi ta dùng Maggie đó.
Một mâm cỗ đầu xuân tròn tình thân lâng lâng, ngọt ngào Tết bên người thân.
Và đây nhà mình chung tay cùng nhau góp sức làm nên Tết này.
Bá phụ giúp mẹ một tay.
Và thêm con nữa xung vầy thật vui.
To be more specific, I'd like to illustrate more about each member of this advertisement. At first, the man, I mean the father, in a white shirt appears in the kitchen in order to cook something. It's uncommon for a person to wear a shirt and cook meals, as the shirt is often used in formal situations. However, it shows a serious man at work and responsible for the roles of a breadwinner. Next images from the son. He is quite willing to help his father to cook the meal. The atmosphere in the kitchen is full of happiness. We can see that both the father and the son feel proud and happy when they take charge of cooking. Later, the mother appearance interrupts the preparation of the father and son. They seem nervous and shy because of the mess in the kitchen. Later on, the father is just responsible for assisting, and cooking is taken charge by the wife again. So it shows that the kitchen is often known as the place of a woman in a family. In this aspect, the role of women is trapped with the housework. So although women are still associated with housework, males are inclined to share the housework with females. In terms of linguistic analysis, in this video, the father said that bố đang làm một điều bất ngờ cho mẹ con. So the word điều bất ngờ here refers to something do not frequently happen on a daily basis. Moreover, they say that ba phụ giúp mẹ một tay. So in this circumstance, his appearance in the kitchen is a surprising gift for his life companion. It means the husband hardly in charge of preparing meals. Like the third video, this advertisement is also related to the equality of gender roles. This is a commercial video of Omo washing liquid. It shows three members of a family who are supportive each other. So now let's have a look at this video.
Để tôi giúp cho.
Vết dầu nhớt à? Đưa đây bố giặt cho.
Bố á? Bố làm sao giặt sạch như mẹ được?
Em ơi, áo con lại dính dầu nhớt. Anh có cần vò bằng tay không nhỉ?
Không cần đâu anh, đã có Omomatic mới. Chỉ cần ấn đồ, cha, hà. Omomatic mới và banh giặt thông minh sẽ tìm và xoáy bay các vết bẩn cứng đầu, hiệu quả như chính tay mẹ giặt.
Mẹ ơi, bố giặt áo cho con sạch như mẹ giặt vậy.
Omomatic giặt sạch như chính tay mẹ giặt.
In the first scene, the father in casual clothes comes out and helps his son to clear the t-shirt. He's made huge efforts by calling his wife to ask for help. Lately, he finished washing and made the t-shirts clean as a new one. It is obvious that this man is willing to do the laundry and takes care of his child. On the other hand, the woman appears in a suit and works in her office. She feels happy and tries her best to guide her husband step by step. This woman not only does a good job at work, but she's also looked after her family well. In this advertisement, we can see great progress in equal gender roles in the family. Both men and women play an important part in society and in family. They support and share the work. And in this video, the images and empowerment of women are improved and enhanced a lot. In terms of linguistic aspect, there has been three speeches here. The first one is produced by the son. He doubts whether his shirt can be thoroughly washed as by his mother. And the second speech is produced by the husband. He confuses how to clean the lubricant. And the last one, it is a comparison between what the dad has done and what the mom always does at home. So when her mother is out for work, the father not only takes care of the family, but also does the washing. Nonetheless, the clumsiness of the man and the hesitation of his son still prove that household chores are not familiar with him, but his wife. So now let's move on to the last video.
The last video is sunlight dishwashing liquid. From the very beginning of the TVC, we can see a woman doing housework. Throughout the TVC, unlike these two men who are playing with the kid and completing the office work, there are three women from three different families, but they still have one thing in common: being responsible for the housework. Because of too much time spent on housework, they don't have time to relax, they cannot hang out, or have a holiday on the beach as they wish. We can see that housework is still prioritized over anything else, even the dream of the woman. Along with the images of these women, there are some imperative sentences used in this TV commercial. Chén đĩa bẩn rửa ngay đi chứ. Dọn dẹp đã, nhanh lên nhanh lên. These inner verses are not simply and only the thought of three women, but they are also the metaphors to refer to the stereotype, which prevents females from living the life of themselves. However, at the end of the video, they decided to free themselves from unnamed work. Because chỉ là một phần chứ không phải tất cả cuộc sống của con. The statement here is likely to be a reminder for the characters in the TVC and also for every woman in general. Women are not born to be stuck with unnamed work at home. After watching 3 TVCs from Maggie, Omo and Sunlight, we can see that the advertisements have represented the images of modern women who are still associated with the housework, putting rather personal happiness and enjoying their true lives. Additionally, men also make their appearances frequently, ensuring housework, taking care of the family rather than solely focusing on their own career. After looking at changes in the images of gender roles portrayed by TVC, now we are discussing the motivations for those changes, and one of them is social mobilization via social networking sites. As stated by Mr. Ding Đức Hoàng, Deputy Director of UNESCO Information Center in 2021, the audience have considerably impacted on the new images of gender roles in advertisements. Let's refer to the TVC of Sunlight to have a great and deeper view about this argument. In the comment section of the video, there are both supporting comments and opposing opinions. In the controversy, there are some KOLs started to raise their voice and light up social mobilization. Let's take this Facebook post as an example. This one is written by Chang Ha, who is occupied as a book writer. And the main point of what she mentions is encouraging women to spend time for themselves on pursuing their dreams instead of housework and taking care of the family only. Following Chang Ha, some celebrities, namely actor Hồng Đăng, singer Đăng Khôi, also expressed their different but similar ideas that women should and can leave housework for their dreams and interests. They draw people's attention by sharing their own stories to make people relatable to their opinions. And at the end of each post, we can see some common hashtags like Việc nhà nhanh hơn, Sống trọn đam mê. They are used to spread their post and attract more support from other people. In return, Facebook users often leave a lot of comments on their post. Some of them mentioned other Facebook accounts and even shared the post on their timeline. Eventually, mushrooming interactions on social networking sites makes the messages and the viewpoints so popular that the advertisements need to be adapted to suit the audience taste. That's when social mobilization succeeds. In conclusion, there are some changes in how gender roles are portrayed in Vietnamese TV commercials, particularly household words. And social mobilization is considered as one of the motivations for changes. So that's the end of our presentation today. Thank you for paying attention.